Our two main event combatants in their locker room getting set, Anselmo Moreno and Raleigh Matsushita, for the championship of the world in the WBA bantamweight division. A look at our 23-year-old defending champion, Anselmo Moreno, making the second defense of his WBA bantamweight championship. Moreno, a southpaw, hails from Panama, very popular fighter here. Won his world championship from Vladimir Sidorenko. Had to go to Germany to do that. And you get a look at the WBA bantamweight championship belt being proudly displayed as he makes his march towards the arena, getting set to defend that title. Moreno, a hard puncher, and of late has developed that power and to his advantage as he makes his way into the arena. And you get a look at his opponent tonight and the challenger, Raleigh Matsushita, who now lives in Japan, originally from the Philippines. Matsushita with a record of 25-6 as he steps into the ring. And you can hear already Glen Johnson, he's going to have to not only contend with Moreno, but also the home crowd.
Yeah, definitely. The people are looking forward to see their champion represent, and they just want to see him get in there and knock this guy out real quick so they can get excited and have something to celebrate.
Raleigh Matsushita ranked 17th overall among world bantamweights, including champions, as he comes in for this challenge tonight for the WBA belt. And Moreno is ranked second overall, including all champions, in the consensus rankings behind Ozumi Hasegawa, who also fights out of Japan. Hasegawa, a hard puncher, and maybe that's a matchup the fans will clamor for if Anselmo Moreno can get through this fight tonight with his belt intact. WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Mentioned this is the second defense. Anselmo Moreno had to travel all the way to Germany and won a unanimous decision over Sidorenko. And he defended the title on a technical decision. The fight was stopped after the 7th round due to an accidental headbutt against Cecilio Santos. And that fight also took place right here at the Figali Convention Center in Panama City, Panama. Very popular young fighter, polished young fighter, as he stands in to defend his WBA Bantamweight Championship title. It's always interesting, Glenn, to see how a fighter improves once he achieves that World Championship level.
Once you win your title, you realize that arrived and you have what it takes to win a championship. You get comfortable with your style and you start believing in your style a little bit more. You're able to establish yourself and grow as a fighter, and you're just on a different level and a different comfort zone at that time, and you become a hard guy to beat. Unless you have somebody that can just come and dominate that style, it's not an easy thing to do.
You get a good look at what everybody covets in the sport. That's a world title belt. Glenn, you've had the privilege of wearing several of those in your career. As we get the introduction of the two fighters from Hector Villarreal here in Panama City, Panama. Jeff DeForrest, Glen Johnson.
La disputa del título gallo de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled to 12 rounds, disputing the World Boxing Association's bantamweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, presentamos primero en la esquina roja, weighing 117 pounds and 3/4, pesando 117 libras y 3/4, en colores amarillo y verde, where it comes from colors yellow and green. Nacido en Filipinas, residiendo actualmente en Kanazawa, Japón, originally from Philippines, now fighting out of Kanazawa, Japan, Damas y caballeros, el retador a la corona, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Rolly Matsushita Lunas. With a record 25 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw. Tiene un récord de 25 victorias, 6 derrotas, un empate, 14 triunfos por la vía del knockout. Damas y caballeros, en la esquina a mi izquierda, con igual peso de 117 libras y 3 cuartos. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing trunks in colors blue and white, also weighing 117 pounds and 3 quarters, en pantalones azul y blanco. Con récord de 23 victorias, una sola derrota y un empate, with a professional record of 23 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, del Martillo, San Miguelito, Panamá, el actual campeón del peso gallo de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo, Anselmo, contra Anselmo Moreno de Panamá estarán disputando el título gallo de la AMB, el poder del panameño. Tenemos como supervisor por la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo, as a supervisor by the WBA de Colombia, el señor Jorge Humberto Clee. Trabajando esta noche como jueces, as judges, from Nicaragua, Enrique Portocarrero. From the Dominican Republic, de la República Dominicana, el señor Rafael Hernández. Y desde México nos acompaña, from México, Alfredo Polanco. Como árbitro de la hermana República de Colombia, el distinguido señor Manuel Rodríguez. Damas y caballeros, el señor Rodríguez va a ser el encargado de la acción sobre el ring, pero antes vamos a escuchar las notas del himno nacional de Filipinas. Pongámonos de pie y escuchemos con respeto el himno del país del peleador visitante. Ahora nos toca escuchar las notas del himno nacional de nuestra tierra de campeones, Panamá.
No.
Respetable público, todo está preparado. Además, una pasión por los deportes presenta directamente desde el mejor escenario boxístico de Panamá y de América Latina, el Figali Convention Center, la disputa del título gallo de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo. La pelea principal de esta cartelera, Noche de Fantasmas, presentada por Fantastic Casino, donde es fantástico ganar.
And you get a look at the tail of the tape. Anselmo Moreno with a height advantage and also a reach advantage over his opponent tonight, the challenger, Rolly Matsushita Lunas. Getting set for round number 1 of this WBA Bantamweight Championship bout. Always an air of enthusiasm and anticipation when a world championship is on the line. Third man in the ring, Manuel Rodriguez. And we're about set for a start. Final instructions being administered by the referee. Ready to go here in Panama City. And there's the bell, round number 1 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Anselmo Moreno, a southpaw. He comes right out and establishes that right jab. Good quick punch inside to start things out. And Matsushita feels the presence of the champion right away.
Good fast combination. Counter punch, he's counter punching and he's starting. Good hook.
Matsushita lunges in and pays the price as Anselmo Moreno looks razor sharp in the early stages, Glenn.
Oh, nice and sharp. Come off quick with that right hook.
Anselmo Moreno, the defending champion, began his professional career at the age of 17 back in 2002. Rattled off a string of victories. Obviously not a ton of amateur experience and ascended to the championship level. And earlier this year took the title, defended it once, and here he is for a second time.
Moreno is a sharp puncher. He's looking for the holes. He's looking for good, clean punches. Throwing combination is not wasting energy. When he's throwing his punches and he's not sure they're going to land, he just touch it softly and throw the hard shots. Nice body shot. Throw the hard shots when it's clean.
A lot of steam on those punches from Anselmo Moreno. He's off to a quick start here in the defense of his championship. Midway through round number 1, he's been dominant so far. Matsushita still trying to solve the puzzle that has been Moreno so far in this fight. Seems like they're on different levels of energy right now. Matsushita tries to find an angle where he can get on the attack.
Matsushita doesn't seem like he have any strength. He seems a bit weak. He's not in good position to throw snappy punches nor fast punches. He's a little bit square. You look at his two shoulders. His shoulders is square to his opponent. He needs to have an angle so he's able to run off the punches a little bit quicker and snappy.
Always difficult to fight a southpaw. Anselmo Moreno, the classic southpaw stance here. Good piston-like right jab and follows with the short left hand straight down the middle. Very economical in his movement with his punches, firing at short range.
Moreno does not waste anything. He throws all his punches precise. He's looking for nice clean body punch, and he's not wasting good shots in defense. He's throwing them clean punching.
Matsushita taking a series of barrage of punches to the head. 10 seconds to go, round number 1. A great start to his title defense for Anselmo There's the bell ending round number 1. Anselmo Moreno putting on a clinic, Glen Johnson, in that first round.
That's a Moreno round all the way. He came out very sharp. Right there, you see him stepping back, throwing combination while he's stepping back. He's stepping around, trying to get the angle. And here, good body shot. He dig it right behind the elbow there, come back with the jab, and starting to set up the hook. And he's going to use his jab right here, trying to open him up softly and place good punches. There goes another body shot.
Tremendous versatility in his arsenal. Anselmo Moreno, extremely impressive in his opening stanza. This one's scheduled for 12 rounds here in Panama City, Panama. Pleasure to have you on hand for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. The title defense of Moreno against Raleigh Matsushita. Traveled a long way for this opportunity. Came in with a record of 25-6. Round number 2. Matsushita in the yellow trunks with the green trim, and Anselmo Moreno had to have an incredible amount of confidence going back to his corner after round number 1.
He should be feeling good. He did all he wanted to do in that first round. He was nice, he was sharp. And he's coming out the second round doing a lot of the same thing he did in the first round.
Always conversation fundamentally about fighting a southpaw, and the common credo is you want your left foot on the outside of a southpaw's right foot. We're not seeing Matsushita being able to accomplish that right now. Very much on the inside. He's getting hammered as a result.
Well, you know, when you have nice sharp punches thrown at you, there's a lot for you to think about just dealing with the punches. You're not thinking about placing at the feet. You're trying to see how you can get out of the way of these punches and place your own shots. And that's what's going on now in my mind with Matsushita. Moreno is just too sharp, and it seems like he's on a different playing field than Matsushita right now.
Has the edge in quickness, has the edge in footwork, and appears to have the edge in power and speed as well. Anselmo Moreno was pitching a shutout in his first title defense before the fight was stopped due to an accidental headbutt. It went down as a technical decision against Cecilio Santos right here in this same venue in Panama City. You can hear the thud all the way up in the cheap seats on those body shots that Moreno is uncorking. And appears to be equally powerful with either hand, Glen Johnson.
Yeah, he turned his shoulder so nicely, especially with that right hook. You know, he gets good placement, and he really turned his shoulders, his leg, his hip, everything into that shot, and it's such a solid punch. And I'm a firm believer in body punch, and I see a guy throw such nice body punches and looking for clean punching. I have to, I admire him.
Good crisp shot, unusual combination. The left hand to the body, and then came right upstairs with an uppercut and scored again to the chin of Matsushita. Anselmo Moreno, extremely impressive so far. Finally, Matsushita mounts an attack and may have won an exchange, but he paid a price at the end of that one. And you see the good combination punching style of Anselmo Moreno. This kid's impressive.
Moreno is very fast, very sharp. He don't have a strong left hand. I think his right hand, the right body shot, right hook to the body is his stronger punch. But he's setting it up. There goes to a left uppercut in there. He throw quick, sharp punches, but he placed that right hook real hard.
The champion has the challenger confused as we come to the end of round number 2.
Another clean round, I would say, for Moreno. He's making a statement here.
As Matsushita goes back to his corner, he's going to have to struggle to find some answers, as he has gotten smoked here in the first couple of rounds.
Well, I think he needs to start using his jab a little bit more and get established, so Moreno won't able to just throw those sharp punches at him and don't expect anything coming back at him.
Matsushita gets a title shot off a couple of wins. Went the distance, a 12-rounder in his last bout. It took place in the Philippines, and prior to that, scored a TKO in one round of a scheduled 12-rounder. So he does have some knockout ability, some big punching power. Hasn't been able to find a range, and once again we see a fighter who is essentially going with wide punches being outgunned by the guy who is more direct, more compact, and finds that straight line between 2 points to be that short inside right and left hand. Here's round number 3, scheduled for 12. Matsushita trying to put some pressure on right now. A good job by Moreno of getting out of the ways. Matsushita trying to throw a haymaker against the ropes.
Matsushita need to use his jab a little bit more, get established, and see if he can put Moreno on the defense. You know, you have a guy with such great offense. You don't want to keep him throwing offense. You want to try and see if you can get him on the defense, get him out of what he do comfortably. You know, he's sitting in there. He's trying to just keep his hands up and let Moreno do what he wants. But you're going to get behind the gun trying to do it that way.
Moreno, the more accurate puncher. That left hand to the body has been wicked so far in this fight. Could be the single biggest differential between the two fighters. He's landed that frequently and almost at will. Seems to have a radar for the rib cage of Matsushita, does Moreno.
Moreno made a commitment to hit to the body. And Matsushita right now is just trying to find anything he can hit. He's throwing most of his punches to the head. And he's been successful here and there. And he just needs to establish that a little bit more.
Moreno quick and effective with his counterpunching so far in his bout. Approaching the midway point of round number 3 here in Panama City. Extremely popular. Anselmo Moreno so far taking Matsushita to school. Matsushita trying to mount an attack and finally starts to score a little bit with that left hand.
And Matsushita is throwing punches from weird angles as well. He started off being a right-handed, and he turned southpaw. He end up square at times. Right there, he's turning southpaw. So he threw a good punch right there.
Series of roundhouse rights by Matsushita. Temporarily slows down the relentless pressure that is being put upon him by Anselmo Moreno. Moreno lands a couple of more body shots.
Good uppercut.
Excellent shot inside by Anselmo Moreno. Gets the attention of Matsushita, slows his attack. Matsushita game here in round number 3.
Oh, nice hook. He gets such leverage on that right hook when he throw it.
Matsushita scrambling, trying to find a range. Hasn't been able to connect often enough to keep this attack at bay. Anselmo Moreno demonstrating extreme accuracy with his punches. Very impressive in that category, Glenn.
I like him a lot. I like the way how he get angles. Nice uppercut, you see, throw it there, throw another one.
Hammers Matsushita
another
with
one.
A series of uppercuts. Combination punching here. Putting on a show is Anselmo Moreno in round number 3 for the home fan.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful clinic, beautiful work. You can see just the way how he dips down trying to get that angle for the uppercut. You could see it coming.
And you see action here, Glenn, from round number 3.
Yeah, here we go. He's getting nice body shots in his slider, create a little bit more space using the jab, put the left hand in there, and then he's waiting for him to come in. There go the uppercut that he landed earlier, and another one should be coming up right after this. Boom, there you go on the right hook behind it. Good combination, beautiful work. So far, Moreno is doing what he wants at will.
Putting on a clinic is the champion, Anselmo Moreno, through 3 rounds. Tail end of the action from round number 3. You get a look at the 2 combatants, the competitors here, the champion on your right in their respective corners, and Rolly Matsushita is going to have to come up with plan B if he's going to be a factor in this fight. Scheduled for 12. Here's round number 4. Third man in the ring is Manuel Rodriguez. A barrage of heavy artillery from Anselmo Moreno as he has been the dominant force here.
Moreno is very smart defensively. You see the way how he avoid punches, get out the corner there safely and establish himself back in the middle of the ring, create space. He's not really running, he's just stepping around and create just enough punching room, just enough space for punching room, get the different angles and set himself up for throwing punches in the open area.
Matsushita trying to apply pressure, instead gets hammered with another clever uppercut on the inside. As Anselmo Moreno has had all the answers so far from Matsushita. Again, the good crisp punching, using the shots to the body, mixing it up.
I'm using proper timing as well. He's using Matsushita aggression against him. He's coming in, trying to smother and throw the punches, but Moreno is using proper timing and placements of shots, just enough to put through the damaging blows.
The good right hand by Anselmo Moreno, and I think that exchange, and you see it again, he's consistently landing that shot to the body.
Good combination, fast combination to the head.
Left hand particularly effective in that flurry for Anselmo Moreno, and they tie up for one of the rare times in this fight. Matsushita tries to fire an uppercut to no avail, and Matsushita is starting to have difficulty landing anything of significance here as we approach the 1 minute mark to go in round number 4.
You could see Moreno looking to throw that right hook again. You could just tell he's trying to set up that right hook either to the body or to the head. But you could just tell by the way how he's turning his shoulder, trying to get that hook in position, and there it goes.
Completely dissecting the offense here of Matsushita through the first 4 rounds of this fight. Matsushita, ever game though, tries to come back and finally lands an overhand right. But then inside the box, in the small areas, in close, it's all Anselmo Moreno.
I think Moreno lost his mouthpiece on that punch from Matsushita.
Referee appears to have gathered in and wait for a time to stop the action. 20 seconds to go here.
Beautiful.
Excellent combination by Anselmo Moreno. Working without the mouthpiece. 10 seconds to go, round number 4, scheduled for 12. It's been all about the champion so far in this fight.
Good body shot. Good.
Extremely impressive performance so far by the champion Anselmo Moreno, to the delight of his home fans here at the Figali Convention Center in Panama City, Panama, Glenn.
He's putting on a clinic. He's definitely setting up the clean shots. He finds a home for the uppercuts, and he's landing that punch repeatedly over and over. And Matsushita not doing anything to prevent that punch from landing. You know, you get hit with a punch once or twice, you got to start making adjustments for that punch not to land again. But Matsushita haven't find the answer, are trying to find a way how to get out of the way of that uppercut.
Not going to be an easy task for Matsushita. First third of the fight already in the bank. You'd have to say safely that all 4 rounds are clearly those of Anselmo Moreno. So big lead on the scorecards. I don't know that you'd find anybody in disagreement there.
I don't think so. This fight is easy to judge. It's not a fight that's difficult at all. It's one-sided. Matsushita can't find the target. He's throwing punches, but he really finds the target. And you have Moreno that's landing most of his punches.
This is the 5th round, scheduled for 12. WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. At stake, Jeff DeForrest, Glen Johnson, Panama City, Panama. And a game Matsushita now trying to sustain an attack with that right hand. Paying the price, just an extremely heavy price to pay every time he throws those wide shots.
You got Moreno is a smart, clean, fast, accurate puncher, and he make Matsushita pay every time he lunges or try to throw a crazy punch. And you know, he's an unorthodox puncher, Matsushita. He got an unorthodox style. He bring his right foot to the front sometimes. He gets square at times. So he's making it easy for Moreno to get punches in there. There's a lot of holes in his game.
You see Matsushita's head being snapped back by the excellent, accurate combination punching of Anselmo Moreno. Matsushita finally lands that right hand. Doesn't seem to deter Moreno from his assault. You mentioned the excellent timing that he has, also on balance throughout this fight.
Oh yeah, he's very sound, very balanced. He's not stumbling. He's placing his shot properly, And he's making defensive moves after he throw those combinations. He step around to the side, he put himself in odd angles so he can't get hit with the counter punch. He's just having his way.
Matsushita a little bit. He unloads a series of hammering left hands, and Matsushita may be in a bit of trouble here as we come to the final minute of round number 5. Moreno trying to make a statement. Those power shots are taking their toll on Matsushita, who has to have a granite chin to withstand this kind of punishment here in the middle rounds. More wild punching from Matsushita, exposing himself and vulnerable to those inside shots. The good clean punching of Moreno, the big difference in this fight.
Moreno's starting to miss some shots to the head now, so now is the time when you want to go back to the body. You know, always go back to your sure punches. You know, when you're starting to miss shots, when you're not scoring as well as you like to, go back to the body. That's a place that's not going to move around too much. You're always going to find those punches, so go back to those punches.
Laser-like lefts and rights from Moreno. He's dictated the pace since the opening bell of round number 1. It's been all Anselmo Moreno. 10 seconds to go in round number 5, and a befuddled Matsushita is once again going to have to ask himself if he has enough to take this title. Big finish there to round number 5. It was a strong round, possibly the most dominant round for Anselmo Moreno, who's been terrific throughout this fight.
And he did exactly what I thought he would do. He finished up the round throwing punches to the body, because he started to go to the head and was missing a lot. And you can see it here. He dig the left hand into the body, bring back the hook to the head, and go back to the body. And he closed the show just throwing body shots. And this is what I expect him to do, because he seems to be a smart fighter.
Combining a pulverizing body attack with some artistry upstairs. And Anselmo Moreno well on his way to his second defense of the championship here. Rolly Matsushita game, you can say that about him. But he hasn't been able to mount any kind of consistent attack offensively, and he's found himself rocked back a couple of times as Anselmo Moreno has just been spectacular since this fight got underway. Here we go, round number 6 of a scheduled 12 rounder. It's the champion, 23 years old, in the blue trunks with the white trim, and the challenger all the way from Japan, originally from the Philippines, Matsushita Lunas, in the gold trunks with the green trim. Right hand that time, but shrugged off by Moreno as he suddenly moves his head to get out of harm's way.
Moreno is not establishing the jab right now, so Matsushita get a chance to walk in without paying any price. So he's getting a little bit closer where he can land punches. So, you know, this seems like it's a round where Moreno trying to take some time off in the early part of the round. Let's see if he's going to pick it up in the mid part of the round.
Moreno for the first time looking like he's final third of this one, scheduled for 12 for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. You get a look at Matsushita Lunas, his boxing name simply Matsushita. And here we go, underway in round number 9. Third man in the wing, Manuel Rodriguez, hasn't had too much to do. It's been a clean fight, although a one-sided fight to this stage. Finally, Matsushita rallies and gets a combination to score.
But you see, the thing is, it's not effective punching. There's no danger written on those punches, and that's what he would need to win this fight. He need a knockout. Certainly can't win a decision at this point of the fight. So, you know, does he have anything that written danger on his punches?
Good uppercut on the inside. The left got home first and followed by the right. More body shots, thunderous shots this time by Anselmo Moreno. Powering away now with combinations, lightning quick speed.
Oh, he landed a big right hand there.
Matsushita, to his credit, still on his feet, hasn't been down in this fight. Excellent display of versatility once again from Anselmo Moreno with his combination punching, his ability to defend. And he has that maneuver that Floyd Mayweather made popular with the rolled shoulder on the inside to protect himself.
Yeah, he rolled his shoulder and set it to throw punches, though. You know, Mayweather roll his punches and try to just avoid punches for the most part. But this guy, he roll his shoulder and he set it to throw, especially that right hook, like there. And that's a beautiful shot. I just love to see when you do it, when you throw that punch. It gets such good leverage on it.
Matsushita throwing shots, but without much conviction. No sting on them whatsoever. Anselmo Moreno continues what has been a veritable clinic, as we said, with 1 minute to go in round number 9. Second title defense for the youngster, just 23 years old, showing good polish, good ring generalship, and a lot of confidence, and he has to be brimming with it right now as Matsushita presses forward valiantly, but really hasn't come up with any solutions in this fight.
Well, he's completely off balance. He don't know where Moreno is going to be, because as soon as he thinks he's getting there, Moreno find an angle to get away from him and create enough punching room and nail him with another clean punch. So, he's a bit confused. He can't throw punches as frequently as he was because he's missing so many shots.
Matsushita in his corner have to be aware that he's going to need a knockout to win this fight, or something bizarre happening if he's going to come away with the championship. At what point do you just throw caution completely away and start throwing bombs? Maybe right now in the final 10 seconds here of round 9.
Oh, definitely. I think his chances of winning is slim, and I don't see anything he's throwing that have danger written all over it, where he have a chance of knocking the guy out. He can't win no other way, so I really don't see any point for the fight to go on. As you can see here, a beautiful uppercut. He's been landing this punch all night, and he's throw the left uppercut and come back with a right hook to the body or to the head, and he's scoring it as well. He's doing it when he want to. Great combination. He backed off the jab a little bit. He's not using the jab as much as he was earlier in the fight. But otherwise from that, he's boxing a perfect fight.
You go to the textbook on fundamentals and find a lot of what Anselmo Chamito Moreno is doing right there with this picture in the dictionary. Tired and fatigued, but game. Rolling Matsushita Lunas. A couple of times in this fight where you thought that Manuel Rodriguez, the referee in this bout, as we come into round number 10, and we're going to get a brief pause. A referee looking for a towel in the corner, going to wipe some of the grease off of Anselmo Moreno, and that's been as much as he's had his face touched in this fight so far. Matsushita hasn't been able to get near him, and now he's going to do the same thing, wiping the sweat off. Very unusual. Just a little bit of comedy entering into this World Championship fight.
Even the crowd getting a laugh about it.
All right, here's the 10th round. Getting back to serious business. As you see, the gold and green trunks, Lunas, Matsushita Lunas, showing some gameness, probably at his best moment in the final 10-15 seconds of round number 9. Still, again, dominating round for Anselmo Moreno, but Matsushita, who really had to survive some troubled waters in the middle stages of this fight, finally came on with a little bit of a rally of his own.
Well, he's trying. There's no doubt that he's trying his hardest. There's no quitting him. He's working hard, and he's trying to do what he can with his skills, but he's just outgunned. Moreno is just too smart, too good, too sound defensively, and he's just out-shooting him offensively, so he's behind the 8 ball here.
Dangerously pawing with the jab now, and as you said, squared right up to Anselmo Moreno as Matsushita 1 minute into round number 10. It would be impressive in this title defense if Anselmo Moreno could finish off a Matsushita.
Well, Moreno, I think that would be the only question about him. What kind of punching power does he have? Because he's been landing some clean shots to the head and to the body, and he haven't hurt Matsushita or put him down at all. So that might be the only question you might have about this guy. But he showed great skills, great movement. Defensively, he's sound. He got sharp shooting punches, and he throw great combinations. So. He is fun to watch, but if you have anything that you want to question about him, I would say that would be his power.
That may be more of a testament to Matsushita's stamina and staying power than it is detrimental about the power punching ability of Anselmo Moreno. This kid has a granite chin and has a brick for a forehead also. He's been getting pounded throughout this fight. Inside the final minute of round number 10, more of the same from Anselmo Moreno. He continues to press the attack from a counter-punching position and continues to have nothing but great success.
Well, yeah, again, that's definitely another way to look at it, that he have great chin and a concrete-like chin. But
those some good whiskers, Glenn.
There is some good whiskers, because I've seen him get rocked with some serious punches, and he's yet to be hurt or anything. So there's no doubt that he have a great chin. But I think he might have a little bit too to do with the punching power of Moreno and the combination of both that's keeping him hanging around.
Well, it's pretty hard to question who's winning this fight. Anselmo Moreno has a shutout going. You get a look at action from round number 10.
You see here, he's coming in, throwing pretty much, punches from anywhere, kind of wild. And they're not hitting the target, and he's trying his hardest, but he can't find a way how to throw the punch so the punch could land against Moreno. Moreno is getting underneath the punches, and he's yet to throw that uppercut type punch to the body where he have a better chance of landing it. He's still throwing the punches over the top, and Moreno just getting underneath those punches and throwing wicked body shots on right hook as the counter punch behind those punches.
Getting set for the championship rounds, the WBA bantamweight title on the line here, defending and doing a tremendous job of defending and distinguishing this title, Anselmo Moreno. And here we go, action in round number 11. 25-year-old Matsushita gonna have to come up with a miracle. Maybe one of those late knockouts, Mike Weaver, Big John Tate. There's been a history of it where the guy that's been trailing badly somehow comes up with a Sunday punch in the late rounds, but no indication that that's going to be the case here so far.
Well, for that to happen, you'd have to see punching power distribute from the guy that's behind the 8-ball, and I don't see that from Matsushita. He's not getting any real power behind his punches. He's in late rounds and he's a little bit more fatigued than early, and I didn't see it any power punches in the early rounds when he was much stronger and much fresher. So I don't see him finding that punch right now.
Moreno's been a matador in there, just keeping the bull at bay and triggering some terrific offensive combinations. Really showing great hand speed, terrific imagination in terms of the combinations that he throws. A well-schooled fighter, Anselmo Moreno, could be a factor for a long time on the bantamweight scene.
Moreno is great defensively and offensively. He's a sharpshooter. But again, I think it have a lot too to do with the fact that Matsushita, when he's about to throw his punches, there's so much telegraph. You could see that Moreno already have the defensive move lined up for the escape code from those punches.
Like a bad poker player with some serious tells is Matsushita in terms of executing and engineering his offense, initiating any kind of a offensive thrust in this fight. A lot of the action, this in the bantamweight division, has been in the super bantamweight division. The great trilogy, of course, signifying that, Vasquez and Marquez. And it looks like Moreno might be considered to be capable of being in that company.
Well, he's showing great skills and also showing patience. He nailed Matsushita with some good, clean punches, and he doesn't show any frustration. He's just sticking with what he do and what he knows how to do, and just having his way.
Been a field day as we approach the final 30 seconds of round number 11 for Anselmo Chimito Moreno, the defending WBA champion, taking Matsushita Lunas to school since the opening bell of the opening round of this fight. Neither fighter been down, neither seriously cut. A little bit of blood trickling from the lower lip of Matsushita. Good job in the corner of controlling any further damage. Final seconds, round number 11 of this WBA championship fight.
And there you can see the desperation for Masashita, just running at him and throwing punches. And we head into the final round, and let's see what he can do different in this round.
So look at action from round number 11, more of the same. A veritable carbon copy of the previous 10 rounds, round number 11. A great counter-punching ability, good defensive posture of Anselmo Moreno, taking all the thunder away from the attempted attack of Matsushita.
Yeah, man. You know, you can see right now he's relaxed. He got his hands down, and he just maneuvering away from the wild punches of Masashita and just picking him apart. You know, using the jab and body shots and just avoiding anything Masashita going to do.
Final round on tap here at the Figali Convention Center, Panama City, Panama. Great spot for the events that we had here tonight, including this WBA Bantamweight Championship bout. Set now for the 12th and final round. Can Rolly Matsushita pull off a miracle? Can he find lightning in a bottle here? He has 1 round, 3 minutes left to do it. Anselmo Moreno defending his championship for the 2nd time and doing a tremendous job. You would think, Glenn, the instructions in the corner might be just more of the same for Moreno, but he's gotten up on the unicycle a little bit and keeping himself out of harm's way here in the early stages of the 12th.
Well, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to change too much of what you already been doing that was so successful. There you go down.
And he goes down from a slip. This canvas has actually been pretty good. He looks to be shaken up a little bit from the awkwardness of that fall.
Probably twist or hurt or ankle or something as he was going down.
Manny Rodriguez done a good job, not been an imposing presence in this fight. The referee has kept the action at a quick pace. Not too many clinches. As we said, no knockdowns in this fight and no reason for any controversial rulings.
Not at all.
It's been good, clean, albeit one-sided action. Moreno on a defensive posture here in round number 12, and deservedly so. He's done a magnificent job in this title defense.
I still think he's going to have a rally before this round is over. He's letting Masashita get the wildness out of him. As soon as he settle down in the round, he's going to start picking Masashita apart.
And the crowd imploring him for the big finish here, midway through the final round. Deserves the acknowledgement of the crowd. He's put on a whale of a show. Matsushita is as game can be, though. He's the definition of game in here. Just keeps pressing on, even though it's been a futile attempt.
He's trying his best. And you know, you have to give him credit. He's a true fighter that's going to go out there and give you 100% of what he have. But tonight, he's just going to come up short. What he have just not good enough. And I don't see anything changing in the last few minutes of this round, of this fight.
Valiantly attempting to fire a few haymakers, as he does there, but to no avail. And now keeping a safe distance is Anselmo Moreno with this fight virtually in the bag. Matsushita is going to go down on his sword, though, in this one.
Yeah, it would be funny if Moreno could end the fight on an uppercut before the bells ring. He's been landing that punch so many times throughout this fight. Let's see if he could end it on the bell with that uppercut again.
Final seconds, round number 12. The WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World appears to be staying right where it began with Anselmo Moreno.
Throw the uppercut from right there. There you go. I think it's an easy decision. Beautiful fight. Great night of boxing. And Moreno come out the star of the night.
Much to the delight of the home fans, and well-deserved wave of the towel, and then in triumph being raised on the shoulders of his handlers. Anselmo Moreno really took this kid to school. 25-year-old Rolly Matsushita Lunis came all the way over from Japan, but he came all the way over to take a beating in this one, Glenn.
I think so. Moreno certainly put on a clinic, step around, he boxed, defensive when he want to be defensive, and the offense was sharp. Great combination, nice and flashy. There's a lot of upside. I definitely like to see him in the ring with one of the name guys that's in this weight class.
Here you see action from the 12th and final round. Again, the scrambling nature of Matsushita and the keen defensive ability of Anselmo Moreno, who impressed in a lot of different facets that are critical to be successful in the boxing game.
You have the weapons to be successful. I mean, defensively, I think you need to be sound to be successful in this game, and then you need to have enough offense to please the audience and make yourself exciting. And they have great combination and sharp punches, and have me excited anyway. And I believe the rest of the viewing public will be excited about this guy just the same.
After having a close split decision that literally could have gone either way in our first bout, this one is clear cut. I don't know how creative you would have to be to find even one round that you could give to Matsushita in this one. He does go the distance, however, in a world championship fight, and it looks like it's going to be a springboard for Anselmo Moreno to bigger and better things, as he appears to have made a very successful defense of his WBA Bantamweight Championship.
I would think so. It was a display of great boxing, and I don't see anybody seeing it any different than you have it written down here.
It's like 121.08. I would imagine all three scorecards will be in unison with that tally. No knockdowns in the fight, and it was clean action administered well by Manuel Rodriguez, as we had a fast clip right from the opening bell all the way through. The pace never varied much. Here's the decision.
Fantastic Casino y Premium Boxing Promotions presentan desde el Figali Convention Center a través de Telemax, una pasión por los deportes, la decisión oficial del combate. La misma es unánime. El juez dominicano Rafael Hernández votó 119 a 109. El juez mexicano Alfredo Polanco emitió una votación de 118 a 110. Y Enrique Portocarrero de Nicaragua votó 120 a 108. Todos a favor del ganador por amplia decisión unánime y todavía campeón gallo de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo. Bantamweight World Champion Anselmo Moreno. Judge Rafael Hernandez from the Dominican Republic votes 119 to 109. Judge Alfredo Polanco from Mexico voted 118 to 110. Enrique Portocarrero from Nicaragua scored the fight 120 to 110. Winning by unanimous decision, Anselmo Moreno, que mejora su récord a 24 victorias con una sola derrota y un empate. Damas y caballeros.
And there you have it, a lopsided unanimous decision. Somebody found a couple of rounds that they gave to Matsushita, but your winner, and still WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Anselmo Moreno. Great night of boxing in Panama City. The title stays at home with Anselmo Moreno. Thanks for joining us, boxing fans. For the Road Warrior, Glen Johnson, I'm Jeff DeForrest. See you next time.